Well, there you go. You don't even need me anymore. You know, I'll just set up a couple remote control cameras, and then, you know, you guys can just focus and point at whatever you want. You know, we can make the content that you want. But check this thing out. That should be here any day. And that's going to be a game changer, hopefully, for me, because I'd like to be filming with my big DSLRs now, but because the tripods take up so much floor space, I can't leave them set up in here. And then I have to reposition them and take up even more floor space to get double shots and so forth like that. So that new jib is going to be like permanently mounted, and then all I've got to do is use the remote to point it at the different locations I want to film at in here, which is kind of just here and over there. I think that's a good enough intro. We've probably lost everybody that wanted to come and see this unboxing there anyway, right? And as I've said before, and I will say again, these videos are the length that they are. I cannot condense 18 minutes of knowledge, wisdom, and information into a 3-minute hyper-edited, jump-cutted video for you, because you just can't. Okay, so here she is, slid out of the box on the top there. Just cut the manual off so you can kind of see it. The wing's all in one piece, so that's one of the reasons I got this plane. Things, I don't want to have to glue things onto planes, because I want to be able to break them down back into the box and so forth, for storage and that. Ways I can have more planes, right? So there's going to be a few planes that I'm going to have to do that with, and accept that, right? But any model that has, you know, ease of assembly and tear down, you know, is high on my list because of those features, right? So, you know, other than the, you know, fuselage being jammed to the one side, the rest of the packaging looks very good and adequate and up to E-Flite standard. So we've got the, did I flip it up there already? Let's see. I'll bring in a couple pieces closer, I guess, to the camera in a second. We've got a nice, beautiful 3-blade props with a nice painted stripe on the tips there for a salute to Pilot Robert, if you're watching. And what else we got here? We've got our prop shaft adapter. It supports, there's a little little step thing that you can glue in there, right? So I'm probably sure that other people watching this unboxing have already seen other unboxings for it. Maybe, you know, hey, there's something else, or they just love planes and they like seeing unboxings or whatever. I know I do. I like watching your guys' unboxings, and I don't care how long they are, right? You know, I just like, I like seeing you do it, right? And part of the fun is you know, the experience. I don't like reaction videos. I don't get reaction videos. That doesn't make sense to me, right? But you know, I guess in a sense, like when you see somebody unboxing something, a type of reaction video, because you're seeing like me react to what I'm seeing for the first time, right? And you know, we want you to feel the same excitement that we do on these things there too, right? So so there's our wing, all in one piece. Very nice. We've got these connectors already built in that, you know, you're just going to plug right onto the body of the plane, and I think 4 bolts that hold it, right? Those red marks are for the center of gravity, if you did not know. So it's got a nice finish on it there. Got some little, you know, stripes for where you stand and that. Everything's pre-installed and it's nicely covered, right? You know how they've got the servos covered with this matching colored tape and so forth. It's got some really nice lights on this plane, and I think we all like lights. And you know, these newer ones that they've been putting on, they're so bright and stuff that you can actually see them in daylight too, which is awesome. So let's just put that to one side. It's really not much of an unboxing because the plane comes so, you know, so assembled, right? So, you know, that's all they've got put down into that spot there, you know, and down in the bottom is your wheels, right? So again, I think they could have moved the fuselage further down in this box to avoid it being right at the end. So there's one of our undercarriage. like 2 pieces, pretty heavy made. I'm sure this rod goes all the way through. It's just covered in the plastic, right? But got wheel pants on it. I would say the wheels are nice. They're not too hard actually compared to some of them. But that's probably 1.5 inches to almost 2 inches in diameter wheels, right? Not too sure if you could put skis on this plane. I don't know if it comes with it or anything like that, or if it's possible to be flying in such conditions. I'm sure you'll find some places that have some, you know, some type of runway or road or something beside. And I'm not afraid of flying over top of snow. I think at least if you're going to crash, could be a softer way to crash. So one of the beautiful things about this plane, so let's pull out our rear stabilizer elevators. Again, this is a very nice, easy design. There's a spar. This is the only spar on this plane because your wing's already in one piece. So you've got your one carbon fiber spar for the rear stabilizer wing, and this kind of square pin type construction that it kind of, you know, they kind of like, you know, lock together in a sense. So we've already got servo horn on there. Looks like something else is going on there. I don't know if there's a stabilizer strut or something. I have to double check. We've got our beautiful spinner. It's not just painted, but it's actually blue plastic. So that's kind of nice. If it gets any scuffs or scratch or whatever, it's still going to be blue. And then our piece de resistance. And I have to say, you know, the big selling feature of this plane is this, you know, beautiful looking fuselage and the canopy and stuff here. It's very nice, the detailing they put in there, and the pilot and on the dashboard and stuff there. It's really nice scale looking thing. The you know, the history of this plane and so forth is kind of interesting and stuff too. There's the bottom. See what it looks like. The tail wheels already installed. It's got a nice plastic, you know, receiving area for your wings to go into, right? You know, repeated on and off use to keep them there. So what do? You pull that thing back, and there we go. Open up the inside. You can see again, probably lots of people have already seen videos on this, right? It's very nice so to see in your hand. I'll move this up a little bit closer. Hopefully we're focusing okay. So one of the reasons I got it was because it has, you know, your latest greatest technology in it with the smart stuff and the receiver. Just this receiver alone is, you know, $100 and some odd for me. Very ample room for all kinds of batteries. I think this is I think this is 3-cell and 4-cell. I'd have to double check, right? But it's not really too important. So, you know, other than doing a little bit of quick assembly, that's kind of the unboxing, right? And there's nothing else to this plane, which again is part of the beauty of buying it. So let me bring the wing over and stuff, and we'll get it a little partially assembled. Lined up nice with your plugs. I would say recommend definitely be very careful the first time so you don't end up bending those or whatever, right? You know, let it kind of feel itself in, and that's kind of exactly what it did. It just, you know, it found itself. You know, I let it find itself, and then just a little bit of pressure with my hand, and that's it. You know, and I can just see, you know, as soon as I tighten up the bolts, it's going to be fine. So that's what it looks like. Okay, so as far as assembly goes, I mean, the wing, you just want to be careful to line up those plugs, let them feel themselves, and then just ease them down in there. We've got four bolts. Hold them in. I'm guessing those long guys there. The rear stabilizer, just, you know, put your spar in and your 2 pieces inside those things. They just really, you can't get it wrong. They just push in there very easily. And then your wheels, go in these slots in the front. And we got this little plastic tab thing that hold them in. So they just slide in there like that, and then you put that little plastic piece down in there and put a couple screws in. That holds it in, and that's it. It's very easy to do and disassemble. So you've got you got 4, 8, 10 screws. That's it. And they're all pretty small and easy, so it's going to be minutes, you know, to assemble this thing on the runway. It's nice. It's all going to break back down. It can go back inside the carton, right? And I think I'll modify the carton so the plane can sit further back in there and protect the slot. So I'm just going to finish bolting it together so we can kind of stand it up, and I can take a few pictures of it there later on. Well, that was easy. It took about 3 minutes to put this thing together. Seriously, guys, you couldn't get any easier. You know, like the wing and the socket that's on the wing to match up with the body, you just want to let it find itself and just ease the two together. It just went so easy. So you've got 4 long bolts that are for your wing assembly. You've got 5 short bolts, 4 for your undercarriage, and 1's going to bolt your spinner onto your prop holder. And then 2 black screws. The screws go in the underside to hold your rear elevator stable on. I don't even have the spar in there, and it's pretty tight because you've got these plastic sockets that hold it, and then the square receiver that joins the 2 halves there together. We still got to hook up our servo links and stuff like that, right? But I'm going to take some nice shots of this. I'm going to try out that new dolly, or try and get a few panning shots of it and stuff like that, and be disassembling it and putting it away. I'm not too sure when I'm going to get to fly this thing. I've got several other planes to get to first, but this is supposed to be, I've seen some flight videos of it, I'm sure you guys have too. Supposed to be a great plane for, you know, someone to step into a low wing design, because it's very forgiving and easy to fly, and it looks like you can fly it, you know, in a, you know, scale kind of fashion, slow scale, right? Or, you know, put a 4-cell in it and get some pretty sporty performance out of it. So it's a good, you know, transitionary plane, you know, to be able to do lots too, right? Looks like there's, you know, you've got a lot of control surface area, right? So you'll be able to set trims and throws and stuff, you know, to your liking, right? To, you know, have it tame or have it wild as you'd like. And that's about it. You know, you gotta love the realism and the scale and stuff there, especially of this cockpit and that of this plane. You know, I'm really eager to fly it, but again, I've got many other things to fly, so it's not, you know, high on the priority list or something. It'll get in the air one day, that's for sure. So that is my little unboxing of the E-Flite RV-7. I hope you got something out of the show today. Love and peace from Canada, and we are YouTube.